Hey y'all, and welcome back to the homestead. I went ahead and came out here to the garden. I'm actually standing underneath the loofah trellis right now because it is really hot and I needed some shade just to kind of talk with y'all. So if there's like glares of little pieces of light coming through, that's what it is. But I went ahead and came out here to the garden because I did need to harvest some jalapeno peppers for our dinner tonight, but there were also just some things out here that just needed to be harvested. And I got a package. Well, technically I got 2 packages in the mail today, but they kind of go together, and I'm going to show y'all what I got. I think it's going to be so much help during the busyness of the harvest season right now, and it'll allow me to kind of set some things aside to be able to deal with them later, like during the winter time, because right now during harvest season, since I do work a full-time job, it is hard to try and get every single thing preserved the right way in the right amount of time. And so I don't want to lose any produce, so this new thing I bought, I think it's going to be really helpful. Moses thinks it's hot out here too, so he decided to sit in the shade. Mosey! Hi, buddy. Are you hot? Y'all, I am cracking up because Rambo, our rooster, he keeps crowing. And then there's a rooster probably like 2 properties over, and they crow back and forth to each other. And I'm just dying laughing. Okay, the other one just crowed, so I bet Rambo's going to crow again here in just a second. Let's see. Oh, y'all, I cannot. All right, so before the crowing gets too bad, I wanted to show y'all, we just got a few things today. I went ahead and picked this zucchini. We got 3 squashes. We actually are starting to get some green beans, so I'm super excited for that. This is actually the second little harvest I've gotten of those. Of course, like I said a minute ago, I had to get some jalapenos, and then I also got some banana peppers. So let's go ahead and go on inside. Another thing that's kind of funny is that at the beginning of the garden season, in this little planter by the door, I planted basil, and a little bit came up, and then it like didn't grow at all. It was this teeny tiny piece, and I was like, you know what, it's fine. If it comes up, it does. If it don't, it don't. Y'all, it is now the middle of June, and then all of a sudden, this basil is like, all right, I'm ready to grow. Okay, are y'all ready to see what I got? So, okay, backstory. There was actually 2 items that I was wanting to get, but Tyler and I were talking about it, and we thought that this that I got today was the better option of the 2 for right now. Now, eventually, I probably will get the other thing, and we can talk about that another time. But Can you see it? I got a vacuum sealer. To some of you that may not be very exciting, I know. But to me it's really exciting. I've never had one. I've wanted one for a very long time. I went ahead and got the Nesco brand. I did a lot of research on these, and everything that I found on the Nesco brand was very positive. I watched lots of YouTube videos, made sure I got the one that I really wanted because it is an investment. You know, it's not super cheap. FYI, this video is not sponsored by Nesco. I bought this with my own money. But one really big reason I wanted to go ahead and get the vacuum sealer now was we're in the midst of garden season where every single day we're going out, we're harvesting lots and lots of things. And I didn't want any of that produce to go to waste. You can only eat so much. You can only give so much away to other people. And there's just some things that don't freeze well, in my opinion. And one of those is squash. And we were talking to our neighbors like a couple weeks ago, and they had said that if you vacuum seal your squash, when you take it out in the middle of winter, it tastes just like you picked it that day. And so that is what sold me pretty much, because we are having a bazooka amount of squash. I mean, we're getting like 2 or 3 every single day. And you can only eat so much a day, right? And so I'm really excited to try out this vacuum sealer. I'm gonna say in the next couple of weeks, we are probably going to have a video of a lot of preserving, and I will be definitely using this in that video. So make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss it. Isn't she beautiful? Y'all are probably cracking up at me. This is so nice. I am so excited to put this to use. I really like, one thing I love about it is that when you are ready to like close this down, like say you put your bag here and you go to close it, the way you know that it is locked is that when you put this little lever down, it's locked and it is ready to go. You can do let's see if you can see that. You can do dry and moist. I know y'all don't like that word, but moist foods. So that way, like if you're doing beans, you can like dry beans, you can just do dry. If you're gonna do meats or veggies, you just go ahead and use that M word right there. You can also just seal a bag. So like say you have a bag of chips and you open them and now you don't want to fold them up. You can just kind of cut the excess paper off and seal it. How cool is that? And then she also came with this hose attachment where you just put it in right there on the top, and then you can put this other end and you can vacuum seal different canisters. If you have like universal jar lids, you can vacuum seal your mason jars, and that will allow the things that you put in your mason jars to last much longer on your shelf. I also went ahead and ordered just some of these vacuum seal rolls. My machine says it can do anything that is up to 11.8 inches wide. So I went ahead and got the 11 inch, and I went ahead and picked these up. I got them on Amazon, so I can actually link them in the description box below for you. So that way if you have a vacuum sealer and you need some extra rolls, you can get the same one I got. Let's go ahead and talk about this dinner recipe we're gonna make. Now, if you've been watching my last few videos, you notice that almost every single time I go out there to the garden to harvest, I am getting some amount of jalapeno peppers. And so like we have a bowl over here on the counter that is just plumb full of jalapeno peppers. And so I was thinking this week I really need to come up with a recipe that uses jalapeno peppers. And so I was looking on Pinterest and I found one for a jalapeno popper quesadilla. And it uses bacon, cream cheese, jalapenos, like all the stuff that you would make to make a jalapeno popper, but in quesadilla form. And so I thought this would be perfect. It looks super easy, really delicious. I think technically they consider it like an appetizer, but we're gonna have it as a dinner and we'll just have some like chips and cheese dip on the side. So we want to start out this recipe by cooking up some slices of bacon. And a trick that I learned with cooking bacon, I learned from my friend Ashley Lauren Price. She has a YouTube channel as well. I will link it down below. And I was watching one of her old videos, like one of her first videos, and she was making like carbonara. And when she did her bacon, she said that the way you do your bacon is you want to start it out in a cold pan. And I never thought about that, and she says that it just renders down better, it gets crispy without like getting burnt, and so we're gonna try that this time. I don't know if I've ever tried it in a cold pan before. While we cook the bacon, I want to go ahead and dice up about 3 or 4 jalapenos, and I am going to de-seed these. If you like things super spicy, you can go ahead and leave those in there. But myself personally, I love the taste of a jalapeno pepper, but I don't necessarily want the super hot heat from the jalapeno. So I just take a spoon and just get it all out. You want to get the seeds and the ribs because that's where all your heat comes from. And then there you go. So our bacon is done. I'm just going to take it out of here and put it on a paper towel lined plate. And then I'm going to pour some of this grease out, not all of it. And I want to saute the jalapeno peppers. So that way I'm not putting raw peppers in the quesadilla because, you know, with the quesadilla, you're mainly just getting it all warmed up. Now that we have our bacon and jalapenos ready to go, I just have a large mixing bowl here. I'm going to add in a block of softened cream cheese, our jalapenos, don't want to miss any, our cooked bacon. I did go ahead and chop it up into small little pieces. And I was thinking if you didn't want to make your own bacon, you could just get like the real bacon pieces and that would probably be good too. We're gonna add some mozzarella cheese. And the original recipe called for Monterey Jack. My grocery store only had the Colby Jack, Monterey Jack, so I think it'll be fine. Add some of that in there. For seasonings, we're going to use some garlic powder and onion powder. And mix it all together. After you get that mixed up, I'm just going to kind of scoot that over. And then I have my flour tortillas here. I'm going to try and get one out. And then I'm going to take some of this mixture. I don't want to overfill it. And we're just going to spread this along half of the tortilla, just on one side. Just like that. And then we'll fold over the other half on top. I kind of like to give it a little press down. And there we go. Now we'll put it in our pan to brown up. I added a little bit of butter to the bottom of my pan. And you could also just add some non-stick cooking spray if you have that. I prefer to use butter. But we'll just let these brown up on each side for a couple of minutes and then we'll be ready for dinner. Y'all, I cannot with this. This is so good. I already took a bite to taste it. It is probably one of the best quesadillas I have ever had, and I'm not joking. Like, that is so good. It has amazing flavor. Like, adding in that garlic powder was absolutely perfect. Having 3 different cheeses, bacon. I mean, the jalapenos, you can taste them, but by taking out the seeds and the ribs, they are not spicy whatsoever. I recommend you make this for your whole family. I think your kids are really going to love it because, like I said, those jalapenos are not spicy. Thank y'all so much for spending time with me here on the homestead today. This recipe is so good. Please make sure that you try it. Leave me a comment down below if you do. Let me know if you like it. We have a lot of harvesting that's going to be coming up soon, so make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss a video, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.